Elias Thorne was on the brink of cheating death itself. Then death came for him. Was it a lab accident, a rival seeking to steal his secrets, or something far more sinister connected to the very nature of his discovery? What if Thorne unlocked a secret humanity wasn't meant to know? The fear of death is a shadow that looms over every moment of our lives, shaping our decisions and driving our deepest desires. But what if death, as we understand it, is not an ending, but a doorway? What if everything you believe about life and death is a carefully constructed illusion designed to keep you from realizing your true potential? This is not just about extending lifespan. It's about questioning the very fabric of reality. Consider the cyclical nature of existence that's present all around us. The seasons turn, stars are born and die in explosive supernovas, and even near-death experiences echo with stories of passing into the light and coming back. This inherent pattern of death and rebirth hints at a fundamental truth about the universe, one that we've been conditioned to ignore. We live in a culture obsessed with youth, spending billions on anti-aging creams and procedures, desperately clinging to the illusion of control over our bodies. But in our pursuit of longevity, are we missing the point entirely? Are we so focused on avoiding death that we fail to truly live? If death is truly an illusion, what would that mean for our world? Would it shatter the foundations of our religions, our governments, our entire societal structure? What if the knowledge of immortality has been suppressed for centuries, hidden by powerful groups who seek to control not just our lives, but our very perception of reality? Are we merely infinite beings trapped in a perceived prison of mortality, our potential deliberately limited by those who benefit from our fear? Throughout history, individuals have sought the mythical key to immortality. Gilgamesh searched for the secret of eternal life. Alchemists toiled to create the philosopher's stone, and figures like Saint Germain have been rumored to possess the secret to cheat death. Were they chasing a literal fountain of youth, or were they searching for something far more profound, a deeper understanding of existence itself? Modern science offers its own tantalizing possibilities, from genetic engineering and cellular regeneration to the chilling promise of cryonics. But even if we could extend our physical lifespan indefinitely, would that truly be immortality? Or would we simply be prolonging our suffering in a world that remains fundamentally unchanged? What about the whispers of quantum immortality, the mind-bending theory that suggests our consciousness simply shifts to another universe at the moment of death, one where we continue to exist? And what of the ancient wisdom traditions that speak of the Akashic records, astral projection, and the soul's journey beyond the physical body? Could these metaphysical concepts hold the key to unlocking a new understanding of life and death? These contrasting viewpoints, the physical versus the spiritual, the scientific versus the metaphysical, create a tension, a duality that will guide us on this journey. Are we physical beings destined for oblivion, or are we something more, something infinite? Are we bound by the limitations of our bodies, or can we transcend them? What if Thorne's key wasn't a technology, but a revelation, a shift in consciousness that could dismantle the illusion of control? Are there recurring symbols and motifs hidden within these seemingly disparate quests for immortality, pointing to a deeper understanding of the nature of reality? What if the secret isn't about avoiding death, but about understanding it? What if immortality is not about extending physical life, but realizing the true potential of consciousness? What if you are already immortal, and the only thing missing is the realization? So, what was Elias Thorne's key? Was it a technological marvel capable of rewriting our genetic code, promising endless cellular regeneration? Imagine a world without disease, without the ravages of aging, where bodies could heal from any wound, and the human lifespan stretched out seemingly indefinitely. Perhaps Thorne discovered a method to manipulate telomeres, those protective caps on our chromosomes that shorten with each cell division, effectively halting or even reversing the aging process. But what if that technology fell into the wrong hands? Could it be weaponized, used to create super soldiers, or to further entrench existing power imbalances? Or was Thorne's key something more subtle, a philosophical revelation about the nature of consciousness itself? Perhaps he discovered a way to tap into the Akashic records, accessing the sum total of all knowledge and experience, unlocking the secrets of existence and transcending the limitations of the physical body. Consider the possibility that Thorne stumbled upon suppressed knowledge, a hidden understanding of reality that powerful forces sought to keep hidden. Think about the countless conspiracy theories surrounding secret societies and their alleged pursuit of immortality. What if Thorne's research threatened to expose their agenda, leading to his untimely demise? Or could it be that Thorne, in his relentless pursuit of the unknown, simply tampered with forces beyond his control? Perhaps he crossed a line, peered into a dimension or reality that humanity wasn't meant to see, and the consequences were fatal. His fate serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder that the quest for immortality can be fraught with peril, both physical and metaphysical. What if his fate wasn't a result of outside forces, but his own hubris? Throughout history, figures have relentlessly pursued immortality, each with their own unique approach. Gilgamesh, the ancient Sumerian king, sought the plant of immortality after the death of his friend Enkidu, embarking on a perilous journey to the ends of the earth, only to have his prize stolen by a serpent. The alchemists, driven by their quest for the philosopher's stone, believed it could transmute base metals into gold and grant eternal life. And then there's St. Germain, the enigmatic count who seemingly defied the constraints of time, rumored to possess the elixir of immortality and appear throughout history, advising kings and influencing events. Were these individuals simply deluded dreamers, or were they onto something profound? What did Gilgamesh, the alchemists, and St. Germain have in common? Did they understand that immortality is an internal process that requires shifting one's perspective? Was their understanding different than Thorne's? Perhaps the true key lies not in any specific substance or technology, but in the perspective needed to unlock the answers hidden within both scientific and metaphysical quests. Consider the perspective that the body is merely a vessel, a temporary container for our consciousness, and that our true selves exist beyond the limitations of our mortal coils. If we can embrace this perspective, could we begin to unravel the mysteries of life and death, unlocking the potential for conscious immortality? But did Thorne threaten this existing vessel? Did he discover something so revolutionary that those in power wanted to suppress it at all costs, even if it meant taking his life? What if Thorne discovered a way to bypass the need for traditional medicine, threatening the massive profits of pharmaceutical companies? Or what if he unlocked a technology that could destabilize the existing social order, empowering individuals and challenging the established power structures? As we continue to explore these historical quests, it's important to remember that myths and legends are often born from a kernel of truth, embellished and distorted over time. Think about the stories we tell ourselves, the narratives that shape our understanding of the world. How often are these stories stretched, embellished, and altered to serve a particular agenda? What if the stories of St. Germain, for example, were intentionally crafted to create a sense of hope and possibility, to inspire people to believe in the potential for transcendence? Or what if they were designed to distract from a more sinister truth, a hidden agenda of control and manipulation? What if, instead of helping people transcend the mortal coils, he was a false prophet? The creation of these stories can tell us more about the storytellers than the truth itself. What were the goals of those who altered the history? We must challenge the notion that all quests for immortality are inherently noble. What if some individuals seek immortality for selfish reasons, driven by a desire for power, control, or the accumulation of wealth? Imagine the alchemists seeking immortality, not to benefit humanity, but to hoard knowledge and control the masses, keeping the secrets of eternal life for themselves. What if St. Germain was not a benevolent advisor, but a power-hungry manipulator, using his supposed immortality to amass influence and control over generations? Or what if Thorne's intentions weren't pure? As much as we like to think of scientists as selfless individuals helping the world, what if Thorne's ego was so inflated that he sought to take control of something humanity isn't ready for? Consider the duality between the desire for individual immortality and the collective implications of such a breakthrough. How would immortality impact society? Would it exacerbate existing inequalities, with the wealthy elite monopolizing access to life extension technologies, leaving the rest of humanity to wither and die? What would happen to our planet, already burdened by overpopulation and resource depletion, if humans could live indefinitely? What if St. Germain had the secrets of eternal life, but refused to spread the message, hoarding the knowledge for himself and his inner circle? Or what if Thorne's technology, while revolutionary, was also inherently unstable, posing a threat to the entire planet? The ethical considerations surrounding immortality are vast and complex, demanding careful consideration and a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths. While scientific advancements in extending lifespan are impressive, focusing solely on the physical body has limitations. What if we can extend lifespan to 150 years, but our minds and spirits remain trapped in a cycle of fear and limitation? What about other illnesses that can't be fixed with modern technology? What if we conquer aging only to succumb to new, unforeseen diseases or existential crises? The pursuit of physical immortality alone may be a dead end, a futile attempt to cheat death without addressing the deeper questions of meaning, purpose, and connection. What happens when someone gets to live forever but is miserable? They would just be prolonging suffering. The ethical implications of significantly extending human lifespan are staggering. Would immortality be accessible only to the wealthy elite, exacerbating existing social divisions? How would we address the potential for boredom and stagnation in a world without death? The external pursuit of immortality may reflect an internal longing for something deeper, such as meaning, purpose, or connection. What if the desire to live forever is actually a desire to leave a lasting impact on the world, to find fulfillment in our relationships, or to connect with something larger than ourselves? What if the quest for immortality is a misguided attempt to fill a void within, a yearning for something that can only be found through self-discovery and spiritual growth? Maybe this is why ancient seekers of immortality were unsuccessful. Scientific research and historical quests may be driven by a common desire to transcend the limitations of human existence. Whether consciously aware of it or not, the drive to cheat death connects all quests and scientific studies. People may not be consciously aware that they're trying to cheat death, but it is the common link between all quests and scientific study. But is this the right focus? How does the mind alter our perception of reality? Let's dive deeper into the realms of the Akashic records, astral projection, and the intriguing idea of consciousness existing independently of the brain. What can astral projection teach us about cheating death and transcending the mortal coil? What can it teach us about the soul? Some believe the soul is an energy force that transcends the limitations of space and time. If that's the case, is it connected to our idea of immortality? Is it permanent? What if our brains are simply receivers of consciousness rather than generators? What if our thoughts and experiences are shaping reality and our ability to transcend physical limitations? Quantum physics is starting to reveal the underlying interconnectedness of all things, supporting the idea of a universal consciousness. What if science is starting to validate the spiritual insights of ancient traditions? But how can one move from the scientific to metaphysical? The fear of death is often rooted in the fear of the unknown, the fear of losing control, and the fear of separation from loved ones. But what if we could learn to embrace the present moment and find peace with the inevitable? What if death is not an ending, but a transition to another state of being? By learning how to meditate, how to practice mindfulness, and how to come to acceptance of inevitable truths, you may start to look at death a little differently. This will allow you to transcend some of the limitations you put on yourself. By diving deeper, you may find that the elite hoard knowledge of immortality, and do not let the general public get near it for fear of losing power. So you need to find the power within yourself to be at peace. You can be afraid of death, or transcend that, and look at it with open eyes, consciously aware of your ability to shape one's own reality through awareness. What if the pursuit of immortality is not about extending life, but about controlling it? What if secret societies are actively suppressing technologies or knowledge that could empower humanity? What if we are being kept in a state of ignorance and fear to prevent us from realizing our true power as co-creators of reality? What if the illusion of death is a tool used to control us? What if our experiences are pre-programmed or manipulated by external forces? What if we are being guided down a path of mortal understanding to not achieve immortality? Perhaps the true conspiracy is not about suppressing immortality, but about controlling our perception of reality and limiting our potential. There may be those in power that have already transcended the simulation, and they don't want anyone else to follow. The question is not whether we can achieve physical immortality, but whether we can awaken to our true potential and realize that we are already immortal, and what our plans for that immortality will be. What if we are all part of a universal consciousness that transcends time and space? What if our individual selves are merely temporary expressions of this larger consciousness? If death is just a transformation, those who grieve may be selfishly limiting others from reaching a higher plane of consciousness. Can we change our beliefs, shift our consciousness, and create a new reality where death is no longer feared but embraced as a natural part of the journey? So, let's revisit Elias Thorne's death. What if his key wasn't a physical breakthrough, but a profound realization? A realization that he, like all of us, is an integral part of the infinite ocean of consciousness. Perhaps his death wasn't a tragic end, but a voluntary transition, a shedding of the physical form to return to the source. Maybe he simply understood his role within this grand cosmic play and no longer felt tethered to the key to the physical realm. His passing, then, becomes not a mystery to solve, but a journey to celebrate. What if his alleged murder was a willing sacrifice to prove a higher point? Think back to the historical quests for immortality, the alchemists, Gilgamesh, St. Germain. Weren't they all, in their own ways, seeking enlightenment, a deeper understanding of existence? Perhaps the philosopher's stone wasn't meant to grant eternal youth, but to unlock the secrets of conscious creation. Maybe St. Germain's longevity wasn't about defying death, but about embodying a timeless wisdom, and his intentions were pure as he sought enlightenment above all else. The yearning for physical immortality, then, becomes a reflection of a deeper desire for meaning, purpose, and connection, all intrinsic attributes of consciousness itself. What if those myths and stories were metaphors for our ability to transcend? What if death isn't the full stop we've been led to believe, but a karma, a transformative journey that evolves and transforms into something beyond our current comprehension? What we fear is not death itself, but our limited understanding of it. What if, by embracing acceptance, by acknowledging the inherent impermanence of all things, we can transcend these constraints and realize a new reality? What if each death is simply a shedding of old skin for something fresh and more aligned? The key, then, isn't some external object or secret formula, but something within each of us, the ability to connect with our own consciousness. To recognize that we are already immortal, that our essence transcends the limitations of the physical form. You are already immortal if you truly believe it, if you truly connect to the greater consciousness. But how do we put this key to use? The concept of immortality isn't about individual ego, a selfish grab for eternal power. It's about recognizing our profound interconnectedness with all things, the understanding that we are all threads in the same infinite tapestry. Immortality, then, isn't just about surviving as individuals, but about the continuation of consciousness through the collective experiences of humanity, through the echoes of our actions rippling across time. Everything that we do on this earth truly does matter and leaves an eternal impact. How can we take responsibility for our immortality? Instead of viewing death as a failure, as a tragic end, we can choose to see it as a catalyst for growth and transformation, both for ourselves and for the collective consciousness. The duality between the physical and the spiritual dissolves into a unified understanding, where physical existence is recognized as a temporary, fleeting expression of an eternal, unbounded consciousness. This understanding can ripple into a transformation of how we view ourselves and our future. On a practical level, this means aligning our lives with our deepest values, living with intention, and striving to create a world that reflects our highest aspirations. What we do matters, and what we create matters. If we live in alignment with our immortality, we can create a world of compassion and understanding. How will a greater understanding of death impact future generations, those who will inherit a world awakening to the reality of conscious immortality? If we can collectively shift our perspective, embracing death as a natural transition rather than a terrifying end, what kind of world can we create for them? What will the new death rituals be like? Let's revisit the conspiracy thread. What if the true conspiracy isn't about withholding the secrets of physical immortality, but about distracting us from realizing our own inherent power, our infinite potential as conscious co-creators of reality? What if everything we've been taught is an intentional misdirect? The controllers, those who seek to maintain their grip on power, benefit from our fear of death, from our belief in limitations. Awakening to our true nature, recognizing our inherent immortality, is the ultimate act of rebellion, the most profound threat to their control. What if aging and sickness were manufactured to keep you in fear? The mirror pattern is fulfilled as we finally realize that the external world, with all its beauty and suffering, is a reflection of our inner state of consciousness. If we believe in death, if we succumb to fear and limitation, we create a reality of death, a world of suffering. But if we believe in immortality, if we embrace our potential, we create a reality of immortality, a world of love, compassion, and boundless possibility. Are you seeing the reality you want? The tension between the desire for control and the acceptance of surrender dissolves as we recognize that true freedom lies not in clinging to the illusion of control, but in surrendering to the flow of consciousness, in trusting the infinite intelligence that guides us. What if you let go of the control today? Conscious immortality, then, isn't just about living forever. It's about living fully, authentically, and with a profound sense of purpose. It's about recognizing our interconnectedness, embracing our potential, and creating a future where death is no longer feared, but celebrated as a natural part of the eternal journey. What future will you create? So, I encourage you to question your beliefs about reality, to explore the depths of your own consciousness through meditation, mindfulness, and relentless self-inquiry. What if we could consciously choose our experiences after death? What if we could create our own realities in other dimensions, in realms beyond our wildest imagination? If humanity embraced the concept of conscious immortality, what potential would we unlock for creating a more compassionate, sustainable, and thriving world? If we knew, truly knew, that our actions had eternal consequences, that every thought, every word, every deed rippled across the fabric of time, would we treat each other, would we treat this planet any differently? What is your part in this conscious immortality revelation? What is your goal? What do you wish to achieve with this newfound awareness? What reality do you wish to co-create? What can you do to further transcend this reality? I invite you to share your thoughts, your experiences, your insights in the comments below. Let's create a community of conscious explorers, a collective of awakened beings dedicated to shaping a future worthy of our immortal potential. We can start our own secret society of open-minded people seeking the truth, or potentially joining a dedicated group with the same goals. What if we are all immortal and we are all in this together?